Welcome everyone to another episode of Konya mo Takamario. We are back again this week for the latest whatever news that's going on in Hello Project this week, which is actually not much.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So we're making up for last week with more content.
More filler stuff, yes. So, in the studio today we have from everywhere Turbos86.
Yay!
Hello. Next we
Yeah.
have the famous Invis.
Ooh, aloha.
Aloha. We have Ouroboros, who is not last again.
Yay! Second time in 2 weeks.
Yay! And
Great.
always last in life we have Senryo.
Catch a ride!
Yes.
Huh? Wow.
So,
Yeah. Let's just move on.
as usual, we're gonna throw you some headline news to start off the episode. We'll fill you in on things that have been happening this week. Oh, we have like 3 different soundtracks now going on. Can we afford this? Someone get our accountant. Do we have to pay licensing? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure the numbers will come out sound in the end.
Okay.
We save money because we don't have to keep bringing special guests on anymore.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So, first thing we have up, Hello Channel 9 DVD was released this week. Yay!
Yay!
Everyone get to watching that. There's awesome ping pong stuff.
Oh.
What else in the news? We have the Take a Chance handshake events for this week. I believe there is now a group box set photo thing opportunity, as well as individual random handshakes now available. If you are
Certainly is.
in Japan at the time, definitely go.
Certainly am. Certainly am going.
If you plan to go on the individual handshakes, though, don't actually buy the CDs because they're randomized tickets. Just wait for someone to sell them on Yahoo Auction so you can actually get the girl that you want.
Pro hint.
Pro hint, yes.
Unless you
Buy
are
them
ATTT.
anyway so that you can sell those so that you have the money to buy the one that you want.
Unless you
Follow
get a
hint.
Suki one and then you lose money.
Oh, that's true. That's a gamble.
And then you buy
Gambo.
it, trying to buy it. Thank you for
Are you
your
just gonna
commentary.
highlight keywords?
Yeah,
Keywords.
right.
Turbos 86 today will be taking the role of the internet. First. 1111.
Right. So, I think that's enough news for today. let's move on to our...
Wait, one more.
Yes.
Haruka's TV, the release date has been announced, and it will be on October 27th, which is her birthday, so everyone go buy that.
Yay, everyone go
And
buy
What's the
it.
stop
title?
that.
Woo.
The title is...
No one knows.
Unknown at the moment.
Man.
That's
Wait, what was it? Do?
Dude.
Do? Just... Is it
Dude, you
just
fail as a
D-O?
Haruka fan. Yeah.
It's D-O, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Dude.
Alright, fine, alright.
Dude.
Let's do it. Let's do this.
That's a very bad pun, so we're not going to do this.
Nope.
Ah,
You also kind of fail as a Haruka fan for today.
Yeah,
I
a little
That's a
bit.
game for you.
I just woke up.
That's a game.
So, anyways, first topic, which is actually has nothing to do with what happened in this past week or the
Aw.
previous week.
But it's a great topic.
But it's
It's a
very
leftover
good
topic that
Yeah.
you're saving.
Yes.
You know? A good topic.
Like left pizza is
Right.
still great.
But enough hype about this topic that we're about to talk about. Let's actually talk about it. In the October issue of Top Yo magazine, there was a huge interview with Morning Musume, specifically a 6th gen interview with Sayumi and Reina. And in it, they talk a lot about kind of all the history that's leading up to Sayu taking over as now leader of Morning Musume. And they had some really, really awesome insight as to kind of what has happened behind the scenes that we didn't know, or maybe at least I didn't know. Maybe you guys did, if you guys are pro fans. And a lot of the stuff was, as far as I know, never captured on like DVD magazines or never mentioned on radio. Some of the things were that we'll be talking about have been mentioned in concert MCs at one point or another, but I would say that's at most like a 3-minute reference that if you didn't go to the show, you probably didn't know happened. So, but let's get down to what actually happened. So, I guess the theme, the principal sentence that describes what this chunk of the interview that we'll be covering from Sayu and Reina, the best thing that can summarize it would be a statement from Sayu saying the Platinum Era, referring to Morning Musume's Platinum Era, was too long, and actually, I'm sorry, I think the statement was from Reina. Whatever. And it actually should have been Ai-chan who graduated first, not Eri.
Disrespect!
Yes, which it's a
Oh,
big statement
controversy!
against her senpai. Not like Reina cares anyways, but
True.
Yeah, has Reina ever really?
yeah.
Nope, never.
So, in summarizing the rest of the interview, basically, it was Reina's dream, and I guess Sayu's as well, but Reina was the one being asked about this at the time, that all of 6th Gen would be together as the leaders, as a group of Morning Musume. And essentially her dream was that all 3 of them would still be in the group at the same time when one of them, most likely Eri, because she's the oldest, right?
Eri.
Would take over as leader after whoever graduated that would let Eri take over as leader. But unfortunately, Eri graduated off with Junjun and then a few years too early, and Ai-chan and Gaki were still there. So Reina, after that incident, had said in a concert MC after that she shared that that was her dream at one point, and now that's never going to happen because of what happened with Eri. I don't think she feels or she has any ill thoughts towards anyone in the group because of this. I think it's more of just a general disappointment rather than
Yeah.
Missed opportunities.
right.
I'm actually kind of surprised because, you know, if we look at 6th Gen, Eri and Sayu, they're like the closest ones. And Reina is kind of like here and there with the 6th Gen. But for her to say that,
Reina.
it's pretty sweet. True.
Well, to be fair, I mean, Sayu and Eri hang out the most in their private time, but we don't know how they are. I mean, the only reason why Reina doesn't hang out with everyone else in their private time is because they already spend so much time together. So they still could be really close, just only in work.
True.
Yeah, that's the general
Yeah.
Reina perspective. It's like, yeah, that was work. Now I'm gonna go
Right.
like
I already
karaoke
spend
and
10 hours a day with you, you know.
That's true. I wouldn't mind spending 24 hours with Eri though.
I'm sure a lot of us wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I think Eddie would mind.
Yeah, well, I'm sure a lot of guys would not mind. I'll put it that way.
Okay, good point.
I think most guys would mind if Jackson spent 24 hours with Eri, wouldn't they?
Well,
Get out.
And you said his name out loud. Oh my god.
so
you
moving
didn't
on.
have to emphasize that again.
Let's see. So there was a follow-up question on this, and basically this time Sayu is saying that when both of them, before Sayu became leader, around the time Ai-chan was still leader, all the 6th Gen would joke around in front of their 5th Gen senpais, and they would say things like, you know, it's time for 6th Gen to have their moment. It's like it's their time to shine, their time to kind of take over the reins of the group. And these statements were said in front of like Ai-chan, and she describes the situation and they joked around when they were saying it, but at the same time they still meant those statements. So
Who meant?
Right.
Sayu Reina who were saying them.
Okay.
So right, and in a further follow-up question on that particular insight that we got, we learned from Sayu that all 3 of the 6th Gen girls were very confident in their abilities to lead this group, and they've kind of been feeling like, for a long time that they have been ready and they just need to be given the opportunity, and kind of 5th Gen's time had dragged on way too long for what they thought should have happened. Which I guess if you follow Morning Musume from way back, that was that one period where kind of nothing changed within the group for a bit.
Oh,
Just what
aka
made
the
it
Platinum Era.
Yes.
Yeah, which is what makes it
Famous.
the quote-unquote platinum era.
Right. And so before we move on, one thing I want to bring up again about this is that in all of these interviews, whenever they refer to the 6th Gen, they would always say Sayu, Eri, Reina, and they actually, as far as those girls are concerned, regarding this topic, they don't actually consider Mikiti as a member of the 6th gen when it comes to, I guess, this type of intimate.
She already had her 26 days of leadership.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was leader for a good 26 days.
20-something days, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
So
she's already
6th
leader. She can't get mad. She's already had her chance, so whatever.
Yeah,
So
she
6th
used
gen
it so
did-
wisely.
6th gen did need Morning Musume at some point already.
Right.
A 6th gen.
A 6th gen, yeah. Which I probably bet that Mikiti herself did not consider her 6th gen. She's
She's like 4.7.
Yeah, it's like, no, I'm actually with USC over here. The rest of you guys can go away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how many of us here consider Nikki that much? Yeah. When we talk about 6th gen, 'Cause I don't. Not at all. I forgot that she's even in the group. No, well, not that far.
I consider her 6th gen. It's just that they never. It's like an age gap thing. That
Yeah.
I consider it like the 10th gen situation, except without being friendly.
I see.
So you're trying to say the 10th gen don't count Ikubo as as one of them?
Well, they do
Or
because
the
they're
other way around,
friendly.
Ikubo doesn't
They
count
do
herself?
because they're friendly.
But without the
Yeah.
friendliness, it would be
Oh,
like.
so if they fell out, then
Right. Yeah.
Runa would be like, nope, they're not. They're 10th, I'm 9.5.
Something like that.
But there's also that difference between the fact that, you know, Mikiti was soloist and all of that, so
Right. She had a very
She's-
unique way of joining the group. So.
yeah. So she naturally had more experience and was there technically longer.
Right.
Ability.
Mano should
Yeah.
be then.
What was that?
Mano should be in 11th gen.
It could happen. I mean, she's not a soloist anymore, or she won't be soon. She can
Yeah, put
audition.
her in. Put her in. There will be the age gap again. She will be the next Miki-san.
It could happen.
And then
That'd be kind of cool.
and then become the leader.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah,
to be Morning Musume friends.
Oh yeah. Mano Musume.
Mofure.
That sounds gross.
That does sound pretty bad. Let's not go into that. So, finishing off this interview, Reina has another few questions thrown at her, and she says basically that she was really bored during the Platinum era because everything became such a routine. For every single, it was really predictable, like the line distribution that she would get, her positioning in the songs, in the dance choreography, like how she would always be in the front, and everyone just kind of shuffles around.
Still a problem.
Well, yes, but I would say maybe she's referring to everyone else's position as well as also quite predictable.
Yeah, that's true.
And basically how she would always be in the center for pretty much everything that involved her on stage or on scene, and that just kind of made it the whole period pretty boring for her. Probably not at the beginning, but as soon as she got the rhythm down and everything started, every single after that started becoming the same over and over and over.
Well, I think that's the point that a lot of people reached eventually,
Mhm.
and just probably hit it first because she had to go through all the practices and everything. But I think we all pretty much agree. A lot of people like the Platinum era because they could, they got to love all of the people in it. But it was extremely repetitive. I mean, if you list off the songs that happened during that time, I think everybody goes, well, they're kind of the same song, and you can almost interchange them all, starting from Resident Blue. So
Right. So,
Yeah,
oh, sorry, finish your...
No, go ahead.
I'm actually going to change topics, so if you want...
Oh, I was gonna
Nice
say,
chance.
it's actually interesting for her to say something like that because let's say if it's not Morning Musume, but if it's some blah 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 40 number group, and if someone is in the center, they would never complain. But on the other hand, for Reina to say something like this, it kind of tells me that she sees it not so much as like, oh great, I'm in the center again, but it's more like this should be group effort. I should not be always in the center. More like other girls should get more chances in the different.
I don't think she means that.
I don't
Oh.
think she means that directly. It's
Yeah.
more just that
She's just
everything-
I'm bored.
Yeah, I think she just bored.
Yeah. It was the era of everything being kind of the same.
But for the sake of making Reina look awesome, I'll agree with what you said.
Yeah, maybe I'm saying with tinted glasses, or just taking a jab at blah 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 40 blah.
That sounds more like it.
You know, every time you say it, you uncensor more of the statement. I think everybody knows what you're talking about now.
Wait, about what? About AK blah 40 blah? Alright, let's go on.
Right. So, the question I want to ask you first, all of you guys here, first of all, is, do you guys think that it would have been better off had there been? Okay, well, I guess better is a hard word to use to describe to this. I mean, would the variety have been more interesting to you guys personally, if they had dropped Ai-chan and Gaki earlier, and now it would be a 6th gen altogether?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's.
Well, I think it's not.
Ignore the Eddie fanboyism.
Yeah.
And plop that on the side there,
I think
'cause
it's not
we
as
know
simple
that
as
it
that.
Yeah.
You have to add new girls earlier than what we have now. 9th gen came in early last year.
Right.
So for the group to drop 5th gen and have 6th gen lead, they have like what? See, it would be Eri, Sayu, Reina, and Aika. That's
Well,
4 persons.
I mean, like, obviously, you can assume that new members will be coming in as they drop out the older
Right.
members, but instead of Eddie, it would be Ai-chan and Gaki first. So, assume, like, say right now, 9th and 10th gen are also there. But the
Also
process-
assume Ellie doesn't have the skin problem thing that would force her to grad.
Well,
early.
here's the thing
Oh,
is,
that's the assumption.
her skin condition is a chronic condition, so she can still have it. She still has it now, it's not going away.
Damn it.
No cure
Ellie,
for
come
it.
back.
Oh, I thought you were gonna actually go into that old '80s song that's.
I was going to, but I forgot the lyrics.
If you do, I'm gonna mute you for the rest of the show.
You read my mind.
I was going to, but I don't know the lyrics. That's a statement of the generation.
You can.
Anyway.
Oh,
Sadly, that's so true.
They could have kept Kaharu in for more interesting times.
I think
But-
Haru wanted out more than almost as much as Mikiti did when Mikiti left.
Yeah, she wanted
that
to
point.
bank on her huge Oha Star career.
I was like, I'm good enough here. I can be a model now, like I want to be, and then she just.
Well, I mean, the group would have been almost as strong vocally because Eri was a fantastic singer. So you don't need Ai-chan and Gaki, I suppose, to keep up the group because you've got all the good singers still.
And Ellie was getting more and more lines because people started recognizing her singing ability more and more. So they were building up Ellie for her to become center material.
The next
And we saw
Ai-chan.
that. Yeah.
As everyone says, the next this, the next that. And everybody hates it when everybody says that.
That's right.
But it's the fastest. It's the fastest way to make a comparison. You know, at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah.
So
The next
I don't
proper
think I'm-
centre.
for saying that.
I would have
But
wanted
this-
to see a 6th gen leadership as a group. Even if they say, Ellie is the leader, but they would lead the group as a mini group. Or like, I don't
What
know.
are you talking
It's
about?
so weird. But if there's like Ellie, Reina, and Sayu leading the group with 9th and 10th gen, they would, spread the responsibility within the 6th gen themselves. Seeing how that all happens, it would be pretty interesting.
Yeah,
would
I
love-
think it would also be pretty exciting to watch. But so now that we know that Eddie, I mean, this will never happen, and Sayu and Reina pretty much have to make do with a 2-member 6th gen leading group. Do you think that they are sharing their responsibilities, or did Reina completely give up on this and it's just like Sayu running solo?
You see the sharing in the recent footage. Say the DVD magazines and concert MCs and TV appearances. You see Reina taking the lead a lot of times. So it's not Sai doing all the work, but I guess Reina likes that she doesn't. There's no title binding her down, like title of a sub leader or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
But
leader.
as a senpai, she still gets to say all the things she wants to say and do all the things she wants to do in front of everybody.
Well, which is kind of what she wanted in the first place. I mean, when the new gens were joining and they were doing all those interviews and everything, Reina was always the one who was like, well, when we were then, we had to get you practice early, and we had to do all of these things that that they weren't doing. So a lot of it just feels like she just wanted to be able to assert her seniority, not necessarily be leader. So it's a lot of pressure off not having that formal thing on her.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's great that wait, what was I saying? Right. At the same time, it's kind of expected that they would also take on the responsibility, some of the responsibility, so not leaving it all onto the leader. Because back then, when Aika was doing the group, she took care of a lot of things. She took care of 9th Gen, teaching them stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Even though Reina is not the leader, because of the lack of people who could take responsibilities in the group right now, I'm sure she is actually doing a lot behind the scenes.
Maybe.
What's more than just that, though? I mean, you have to include the fact that lately they've been doing a lot more splits too, because of all these these snapshot events or whatever, these Polaroid events.
Yeah.
Right.
They've got to split up into 2 teams, and oftentimes it's gonna be where Sayu and Reina are in different teams. So she's pretty much like B leader. She's red leader to gold leader kind of a thing. They run in different sectors.
I like that.
That's pretty cool. But
but
interesting thing that... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So I was about to say, but doesn't Gold Leader die? So that's no good. That was it was nothing to do with
You
this
have
stuff.
to bring that up. Okay, they can be Biggs and Wedge. That's...
Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Big
Yeah, they both got back.
Alright, enough
Carry on.
Star Wars references. So, the interesting thing you bring up, Senryu, about Aika taking over, because when she was still in the group, Reina had nothing to do with any of the younger girls. What do you think changed? Like, was it a willingful change, or was she just forced into the position now, for Reina, talking about Reina, now that there's no one else to rely on?
I think one main reason is there is no one else to rely on. You can't. Fuku-chan is not in position to take care of the girls of her same generation. Or I think Elifon was taking care of 10th Gen, but I'm not sure how much she could handle when she is kind of crazy herself.
Right.
So a big part of it is that there's no one else to depend on. But it doesn't mean that she is not taking the role, gladly. I think she probably saw, no one else is here to do it. I would do it. Not that she would hate it, but I do it. I do it with a smile too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Any other? If you guys have thoughts about that?
No.
I think it's just Aika's personality to be kind of authoritative, and Reina was just kind of like, okay, I'm good.
And now she just
Also,
kind of stepped in to fill in the spot then?
Yeah, where it was just like, okay, now it's my turn, stretch out, kind of get into it, and then...
Yeah, also Reina and Aika, they were tight. So maybe as Aika was giving, instructions or whatever to 9th Gen, she was actually reporting back to Reina or getting advice from Reina on how to teach the younger girls.
That's very possible.
Because Reina, she went through that before, because she saw Kalu coming in, she saw 8th Gen coming in. So she had her share of teaching the Kohais. So as Aika was doing the same thing, I could imagine Reina being the person in back, kind of teaching Aika how to do it, and that's how Aika was able to do it with so much confidence too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Reina just asked Aika to cook for her.
Please make me
Maybe.
avocado salad again. And again.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Cook me a sandwich.
Well, Reina is pretty much, unless there's cockroaches involved or she's getting scoldings, she's rather laid back about things. Unless you yell at her.
Yes. And there are
Look at
very
him.
few people who can yell at her.
Exactly.
Reina's not particularly laid back when there's balloons in ticking things.
Yes.
Make them go bang. She's very unlaid back at that point.
That's true.
Well, that's the equivalent of getting yelled at almost just by an inanimate object.
But to be fair, those balloons are pretty scary when they pop.
I know. Why don't more people need to sell those things that make the pop at random intervals? We need more of those.
We don't need that.
So to close out this topic, kind of make everything run full circle.
Topic.
Yeah, what we've been talking about for the past 20 minutes. We know that, so 6th Gen has been kind of itching to get into the leadership position for a very long time, now that this interview has surfaced. Do you guys think the 9th and 10th Gen are already feeling this way towards 6th Gen?
Heavens no.
Yeah. The
So
gap
it's
is
still
way
too
too
early.
wide. Well, two things.
I definitely don't think 10th Gen feels that way because I mean they were all like, I don't want to be a Sapphire
Well, I
when
mean,
doing 11th Gen things, so it was kind of.
that's probably for show, but I have to imagine at least some of them come into the group with the idea of like, oh, I'm going to be the next ace. I'm taking over. Like, this is
Machan.
my- Yeah, Smachan, I know. You could see it in her eyes that she wants to take over and like take down A, K, something, 4, something.
8. Okay, B, something.
Letters and numbers.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, she
Right.
thinks that's a buffet. That's why she wants to take it down,
Uh,
right?
Oh man. But
I don't doubt that
go-
some of them do have the drive. I will admit that, but at the same time, I think that they're young enough to realize that like if they push too hard, then they're gonna run into problems.
Right.
Because
But I
they've got
think
some
they're-
level-headed people in every generation.
Right.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
done. Go.
So, okay, I don't want to just talk over you again, but I think there's also the difference where back with 5th and 6th Gen, they kind of reflect on each other. You know, 5th Gen, 4 girls, 6th Gen, quote unquote 4 girls, and you know, as they worked, we kind of compared 5th and 6th Gen. So as they were working, when 5th Gen were in leadership, I'm sure 6th Gen they were looking at it and they would be like, we can probably do as well as them because they see themselves in 5th Gen. But with 6th Gen and 9th Gen, you know, just 6 and 9, there's like 2 numbers gap already. They don't. Yes,
Reina agrees.
the gap is
Phone's
just too
off in
wide.
the studio.
Yeah, why
Phone's
are you so unprofessional? Turbos, what's up?
Sorry, Lena's calling me.
Nice.
We'll get her on the show, man.
Yeah. Ask her live. What's does she think about this?
She just said. She just said what she said.
She only asked if we liked her.
Do you?
Yes, but that's not related to the topic.
That's all she gotta say.
Oh,
That's all she gotta say. Drop the mic.
well, you heard it here first, folks. We like Reina.
Oh yes.
But yes, 9th and 10th Gen, the gap is too wide, so it's hard for them to probably see themselves in the leadership position because they don't see themselves when they look at 6th Gen or
Right.
Sayuan.
Very fair point.
Yeah, that's a really good
though.
point.
But Liho though, she might like because she is being built up as the ace right now. I can imagine her thinking that, you know, I am going to be the next leader someday, soon.
Okay.
What? Ace and
I-
Ace doesn't have to be leader.
Yeah, usually
Yeah,
Ace
aces
doesn't
don't have
care
to-
about being leader.
Yeah,
But
because
except
they're
that
probably
when-
gonna go solo before it happens anyway.
But everyone else, they can be like, all right, I want to be the next ace. But when you're the ace already, you know, the only next thing to look forward to is, all right, I'm going to become the leader too.
Nachi disagrees.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who will
Nachi
disagree.
doesn't count because she is old.
What?
That's
Ouch.
Okay, ignoring Sunreal's weird tangent.
But-
But no, there's
okay.
one thing about what he said that I think we can agree with is that there is that definite parallel that we're getting still. I mean, we mentioned it last week between the 9th, 10th, and then the 6th, the 5-6, which stands to reason that the same would apply, that their feelings would probably get closer when 9th takes reign, and then 10th will kind of shift.
So, do you guys think then, when 9th takes over, like, I'm guessing Mizuki in a few years, 10th Gen will start getting itchy about when is their time to shine? I would imagine Kudu, at least, will start
Yeah.
mouthing
Yes,
off.
I think that's how it's going to go. My
Very
prediction.
interesting.
I think Kudu is going to be yelling for sure.
Right.
But on the other hand, Ichibo-san, because she is the older one in 10th Gen. Wait, is she also? She's also older than 9th Gen, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I think she will start to voice herself as well.
That would be really interesting to see that kind of clash. I mean, the thing is though, is there anyone else close to Mizuki's age in 9th Gen? No, right? Everyone else has got a gap. So it's essentially when 9th Gen, whenever they do take over, it'll be her and pretty much Daishi and Ikubo as kind of up there in the same approximate range, right? Because right now they're all the only ones that are all high school students.
Yep.
Right.
So that'll be it's like 1 9th gen versus 2 10th gens. I wonder, it'd be interesting to see the dynamics of how that works out.
Definitely new
Well,
territory.
Speaking of the generation dynamics, let me ask you guys: who do you think is taking
Bata.
care of teaching the 11th gen right now?
Machan was not the right answer. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I collect $200.
That was probably the worst answer.
Yeah.
Who's in charge
Yeah.
of teaching them?
Wait,
Yeah,
them. There's
teaching
only one
her.
girl.
The dance
Yeah,
teacher
sure.
and the vocal teacher.
No, but usually you would have someone in the group.
That hasn't
you-
happened
that's
since
fine.
Koharu, I think. That they've
No,
assigned
No,
Ed-
Aika did it, but
and
Oh, yeah,
Elipon is
well, they say she did. I
teaching
don't think she
Temchen.
did anything.
She did what? She did what?
I don't. I think
Well,
she
really?
told
Yeah, she-
them how to go shopping at Harajuku. That's about it.
Okay.
No, Elipon did nothing, and Aika scolded her for it,
Yeah,
according to an episode of Hakuba 2 Stars, I think.
it's really old.
Wow.
But so I think they probably assigned someone to teach Oda Sakura. Just to
I think that won't
they
happen.
may do, but
Well,
not
I
yet.
think- Yeah, not until she actually officially joins the group.
Oh yeah, that hasn't happened yet.
It won't happen till the winter concerts.
Yeah, she's not going to be in the autumn tour at all. They might bring her out on stage every now and then.
She
She
is on
does.
stage. She does.
Yeah,
a
she comes
greeting
out.
at the beginning.
Right. Yeah.
But she
And
does,
she
huh?
doesn't-
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Am I allowed to throw things?
Wow, such hate.
Yeah, I guess you could. I would say you of all people are probably most likely to get away with it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't know
Okay.
you can do that here.
we do it in England all the time if we don't
Yeah.
like somebody.
That's how we do it. I don't.
It means good job.
Yeah.
in England.
Well, it is, you throw flowers to all the other girls and you throw foxgloves, which are really poisonous flower. There you go. They look lovely though. There you go.
Just throw a shoe and tell them that's how you do in America to appreciate the president.
That's. I'm not
But
sure
you
how
know.
many people will get that reference, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think enough people are gonna get that reference. Let's move on.
Okay, so none of you guys think they are going to assign someone to her.
I don't think they'll actually assign, but I would say Kudo would take it upon herself to make sure she knows all the proper rules of how
good.
to act within the group.
Well, to be honest, I mean, there'll be not just Kuda as well. There'll be all the other ones who are eggs as well. I mean, Mizuki might do it because she was in eggs for a long time.
What?
Mizuki.
Oh,
Suki, not Suki.
yeah, I thought you said Zuki.
Mizuki.
Oh,
Fukumura Mizuki.
yeah. I mean, she might. I can't really see
Yeah,
her
I think she-
caring though.
Well,
Actually, yeah, but he said Haruka, and I think that's very likely because Haruka kind of.
I'm not surprised you would
With-
agree with
with
something
the
when the
temp.
answer is Haruka.
No, but Haruka did that when it came back to 10th gen. She kind of taught the three girls
She's
who were not
bossy.
She is right.
yeah, she
But the
is-
problem is that,
She
that
can't be
Tsunku pointed
bipolar.
out with Haruka is that she's teaching people when she doesn't know what the correct thing is herself. So that's not always a good thing.
And she's got her
That
hands
is
full with
okay.
Mahjong, though.
Right.
Yeah, she's now the Machan Wrangler.
She has
so-
to make sure Machan does not get lost every time they go outside.
She needs to wrangle me too.
Or
And this is why
or find
Mahjong-
yeah. What?
And this is why Machan will be the next Eri.
Yikes!
Eddie didn't
She's
get herself
she's
lost.
dippy enough. She's utterly ditzy like Eri was. All she needs now is the vocals
And the
and the
looks.
figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, give her a few years.
Easy. All she's got is just easy stuff left to do, and she's an
Exactly.
All the things that fate leaves to be
Yeah.
decided, because or surgery, but let's not go into that. That's a whole ball of wax. I don't want that.
Yeah, let's not do that. But yeah, so let's wrap up on this topic. Any final thoughts before we move on?
Hello.
And let's move on. If you guys have any, if you listeners would like to contribute your own thoughts, please leave it down in the comment section on our VODs or head over to our forums. The next thing, during this week, we see from the Smileage YouTube channel that Tsunku has been really active in making Smileage girls feel bad. And so he
That's
really
the best way to put it, too.
Yeah. thought really hard about how to say
He's
that.
been running from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen, back to the
And
left
then
side.
back to the left side of the screen. Just
Man,
so
that's
quick.
hard work.
It is pretty hard work. And wait, he did that in a suit too.
And
Ah,
then
that's
his
true.
props.
You gotta give him credit for the suit.
Yeah.
and he has like
Suit
60
props.
something.
So, if you guys are not aware, the Tsunku has a series of videos released on the Smileage channel where he basically takes the girls as they are in rehearsal for their upcoming fall tour, and he pops them down in a room, and they're shown a VTR, as Tsunku doesn't like to be there in person, I guess. I don't know.
He doesn't want to get punched by Kanana.
He doesn't like to see the tears in reality.
Fair.
He has a
Can't
cameraman
make
to catch
time
them
in his,
instead.
his busy schedule since, you know, he doesn't even make the time for Captain.
That's
was just
very
right.
true. Very true. So, anyways, he has a whiteboard with pictures of all the different Smileage girls that was eerily similar to the whole Smileage audition, second gen audition thing, where he could possibly demote existing members to sub-members and all that thing. The VTR that was played during the release event, if you guys were there. And what he did was basically, well, he started off the very first video by saying that so there are still tickets left unsold for this fall concert tour, and he does a direct comparison to Morning Musume 9th and 10th gen group-wise, because essentially both groups are made up of new members if you talk about percentages of the members in the group, because for Smileage you really only have Ayacho and Kanan, and Mamusu you really only have Sayumi and Reina as the veterans of the group, even though Ayacho and Kanan are relatively new. But and so, drawing on that parallel, he says that Morning Musume is doing a lot better in sales for their fall concert tour, and he now wants to kind of brainstorm with himself on ways for the group.
This is a very important factor to the entire argument, is that he's not asking them for opinions. He's just going, I'm thinking about this
It's like, I'm
myself, and then
thinking
recording
you
it
need to do
for
this. Yeah. And so he gives a list of suggestions for each of the girls, kind of bullet point style. I would say Kanana, who went first, probably got the harshest of the statements, although they are probably the most true. And then they kind of go down the line in order, and they end up with Ayacho, who got kind of mild statements and something that Ayacho herself admits to. Yeah, okay, I guess I could summarize what Tsunku said for each girl, but I don't remember. For Kanana, it was something like she needs to work on her rhythm, her singing. He also said that as a representative from the Kansai region, she should have a more a bigger sex appeal than she does. So, if possible, work on that.
She has such a big vision for Kansai people.
Yeah. Well, he's also from Kansai, so I think he has high expectations.
I know. He's just so picky about them.
Come on.
I heard that
Kansai, be better.
I heard girls from Kansai, apparently they have bigger fronts.
No.
Maybe that's what he was referring to? I don't know.
Nakazawa
But-
said no, unless you'd like to check her.
No, thank you. I don't want it.
Alright,
Yeah.
next girl. Who is the next girl? Was it Mimi?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
Mimi, I don't remember what Tsunku said about her, except for the fact that she's really annoying backstage, and she needs to calm down. I'm sorry, that's the only thing I remember about her.
But that's a very important point.
It is very
because
important.
that means even Tsunku agrees with the fact that she needs to calm down.
Yeah.
Isn't that
you're
one of
saying
the charm points, though?
Now,
It's-
well, now he's coming out saying that it's not a character. That is way over the top.
That could be one interpretation of it, yeah. I never thought about it that way, but I suppose.
Or he just doesn't know what he's talking about.
Or, yeah, I mean, he's probably never been in there. He just probably hears what people say, like fans say to him, or what the
He
girls...
listens-
Basically, he asked Ayacho, like, Ayacho, what's the problem? It's like,
Yeah.
maybe it won't calm down. Maybe it won't calm down. Noted.
next girl. Who is it? Lina Poo? Or was it...
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, Taka-chan first, I think.
Oh.
Was it? Was it Lina
Oh,
first?
I think they
I don't remember.
Doesn't matter, just pick one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go.
I'm gonna go with Lina Poo because I don't remember what he said to Taka-chan at all, so I hope some of you guys will help me on that one. For Reina Poo, the only thing I remember is that it would be nice for her if she could pull off something of a more comedic character and add that to her repertoire of skills. And he suggested something like a play on her name because of Reina Poo. He can pick like a fart joke, which I don't know how that applies for idols, but
Yeah, that was a weird suggestion.
it was really. I thought that was. He's trying to kill her career, her small career already. Of
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know what it. That's why. I hope Reina Poo does not take that suggestion seriously.
Yeah. First, to recommend a character after that they have been in the group for a while. That is weird already. And for it to be such a retarded thing.
Yes.
What the heck?
I don't know.
Really, all she needs to do is just talk more.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's pretty much it.
Yep.
Let's see. And for Taka-chan, do you guys know what he said for Taka-chan?
He said Japanese to Taka-chan.
Yes, that is correct. So Taka-chan should stop looking like Oden-kun and
Well, and I think he
More of
did
a
say about her that she should keep her hair short was one of the things I think she said about her.
He needs to shut his mouth.
yes, that's
He needs to
bad
cut his
advice.
own hair.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Someone gonna go shave his head, man.
Right.
Well, I'm sure that was something he said about her.
I hope not. That's really bad advice. Please don't
Yep.
do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to Kanyan. What did he say about Kanye? I don't remember.
He said she needs a photo book.
Yes, that sounds about right. I think so. I think she mentioned something about she should also be a lot sexier than she is.
And drop the Cinderella.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
drop the
Cinderella
Cinderella thing. I think just generic stuff. I don't think he mentioned anything about her singing or dancing. At least not that I can remember.
It's good.
The bad thing.
So-
What? Yeah, the bad thing is she's been talking about dropping it too.
Oh, the Cinderella thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it
I think
has
she
kind
might
of
have said
gotten old.
because of what he said.
Perhaps.
Possibly.
Yeah, it's possible. And lastly, for IHO, someone help me on this one. I don't remember again. It was something about something about she does not have the level of grace and elegance that she should have, and she should be more. She should be doing things to look more Japanese.
She should be Yuka. Okay,
Yes.
Done.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of what this.
That's essentially what the
that's pretty impossible, Tsunku.
I know.
Yeah. That's
Right.
weird.
And basically, she's gonna whine about it, which is very un-Japanese too. And so he just made things so much worse.
Right.
Right, and apparently one of our listeners said that for Taka-chan, he mentioned something about her dance moves. I'm trying to find out what it is off them at the moment.
Oh, is that why he did the? That was where the darting thing came from, wasn't it? Because he was talking
Maybe.
about questions or
I
something.
don't remember. Actually, I don't even know if I even watched.
Ah, right. And apparently they're too fierce. She's too fierce in her moves and voice. Apparently, Taka-chan is.
So basically, don't be like Oden-kun so much.
Be a bit
So
sexier, kind of thing.
basically,
Less aggressive.
So basically, Tsunku doesn't know how to teach them on how to sing, so he can't produce good stuff.
Well,
So
that's
now
not his
he's
job, to
right.
be fair. But yeah, he's not
But
good.
whenever they record, he should be in the studio, especially on these girls who he think cannot handle themselves yet.
I'm
and
sure
he
he's
should be
in the
there
studios
giving
for
them-
the girls he cares about.
Yikes! So no one is Smileage.
Yep.
Ouch.
You know, he's so busy. He's got all those meetings that have to deal with his shop and.
And he has to hang out at his okonomiyaki restaurant.
At his restaurant, yeah, that's what he's spending all his time doing.
And his maid cafe.
And his
Yeah, and his maid cafe. He's got so
And
many
his
business.
maid
meetings
idol
with that.
group.
Yeah, it's so weird
Nice
that
little project.
he's doing these whining videos. You know, like he is just complaining nonstop, and making them public. That's like I don't know why. I don't know what they're trying to achieve with it. Do
Mini
they
Moni
want us to
version
feel-
2.0.
But do they want us to feel bad for the girls, or is he trying to build up something like Smileage will be improving, or he's
Yeah.
just
So let's throw that out to everyone. What do you guys think? What is the point of all this? Or is there a point?
I think he's basically trying to get hype for the groups and the sympathies of the fans behind their girls, so the people support their girl more.
Definitely.
kind of thing.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
still
especially
thinking Mini
for-
Moni. Sorry.
What do you mean thinking, Mini? Explain that.
Because it's basically just doing the same thing that we went through with the Mini Moni thing. It's the Mini Moni documentary, only more realistic and less stupid.
That was heavily scripted, I would say. So.
Yeah, it was heavily scripted, but they're still trying. It's the same kind of attention. It's like, let's
Right,
do this thing
right.
that feels real, and we're gonna tell them that they need to be better, and then they're going to cry slightly on camera, and people will buy their tickets, and then we'll be good. Profit?
Right.
Question mark. And I know the Mini Money thing was so heavily scripted, but it still feels like the same idea.
Okay.
That's what I'm.
Turbos, what do you think about this whole series?
I think Tsunku's a jerk.
I think that is our best answer of the night. So
That
that'll be our official viewpoint of the series.
is also absolute truth.
Yes. But despite all of the kind of negativity that Tsunku has brought out from this series, are there any of the features that he pointed out that you agree with for any particular girl?
Mei is
Mei
annoying.
needs to calm down.
I think you guys answered too fast there.
Well, but then Mei's character. That's her character. She has to do that.
Yeah.
That's true.
She'll eventually grow up. Not right now.
Well, interesting thing, like if you look at Momo, her character is kind of similar on stage, but behind the stage she's quiet and doesn't talk to anyone.
Yeah, she's better. She's 20.
Yeah,
Good
but
point.
for Mei, we have never seen her calm.
I don't think she can be calm.
No, she can be calm. Maybe that's just the point. Like they've seen her be calm, so it's kind of the point
And
where
it's,
it's like,
like,
no,
boring.
you can do it,
She's
and
calm.
you
She
just
passed out.
you have to control it.
I don't
Thing
see
is
it
that-
as a problem. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I don't either. I mean, out of all the Smileage now, Mei is the one I follow more than any of the other ones. And I love her character. The whole hyperness, the excitement, all the time, everything's so excitable. I mean, it reminds me of me when I was young, when everything was exciting instead of being boring like it is
She
nowadays.
reminds you of a little boy.
you know,
We have enough boys
I think
in
he
Hello
means
Project.
youth in general.
Yeah.
But-
Okay.
youthful
I didn't get that.
effervescence. Yeah, I mean, it's just so much. It brings me enjoyment to watch her being so excited about everything.
Right.
That is a good point though. Is that her youthful vigoury or whatever you want to call it
Vigor,
is kind
yeah.
of it would be vigor.
Yeah.
is refreshing in that sense because I mean it's youthful, it's innocent, it's not crazy as much as it is just a lot.
Also,
I
her
think
character
it's yeah.
is most apparent.
Yeah, go ahead. What?
If we look, also her character is the most apparent one. Like if we look at
Oh, right.
everyone in the second gen, and we ask, all right, who's what character? The first one you would think is Mei being the hyperactive one. Okay, then how about like Kanana?
I would say
I don't know if
Rinapu's
it's
lack of
apparent.
character is pretty apparent.
That's her
Lena-
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her character.
It's on purpose. She's gonna take over with her lack of character. It's gonna be
She's the
awesome.
quiet one at the back,
Yeah.
one you should always watch out for.
She's gonna stab
That's
someone
why
in the
everybody's
next
watching
Kaiki
her.
video.
She's
Quietly.
quietly.
Quietly?
She's
Wow.
waiting for the time to strike. The next time that they do a horror movie, she's gonna be the killer. People are gonna be like, "That's why she's so quiet." Oh my god.
Yeah, seriously, for Linapu and Kanana, I can't think of what character.
Kind of
Thing
the
about
Osaka girl.
monkeys and
Gorilla.
Osaka girl is a description. That is not a
Yeah,
character.
but she fills the stereotypes so well, and maybe on purpose. I don't know, but she's like everything. Every time a manga makes fun of a Osaka girl, or every time an anime makes fun of like how stupid they are and how clumsy they are, like she does all that in real life.
Yay.
Okay, then I don't think that's on purpose.
Okay.
Who knows?
Alright. Yeah, good enough.
I mean, I do agree with Tsunku that Nyon-sama needs to drop the Cinderella thing.
Yes.
Basically, ever since it started, I was just like, what?
You just don't like Disney, do you?
I don't like... I didn't hear your last word.
Disney.
Disney. Well, no, not really.
What does that have to do with Disney?
Well,
Anyway.
I know that she's a Disney obsessive, but the whole Cinderella thing is just... It doesn't ring with her. She, from my point of view, she could have a much better character than that.
Well, she was working on the fan character a little bit, but then she actually
Things happened, and then she
stuff
was kind of like,
happened, and yeah.
Well, she should bring that one back. I mean, everyone can relate to her, to another Ota.
Yeah, but Eddie Pong has that.
But,
Yeah, but the Smileage
but-
Ota then.
but the difference is Eddie Pong is Gakufan Ota. Kano is HPDD.
No, she's
No.
Konya.
no,
Yeah, come on,
Yeah.
Oh right,
Actually,
but
that's
she
a
also
good
likes
point.
a lot of other girls.
She
That's the
does.
point.
Well, yeah, but so does Eddie Pong.
Everyone needs to follow somebody new now. Kaki's gone.
She can follow Yuko.
She's in M Line Club.
And
She's in
Eddie
the
Pong
M Line
can-
Club fan club.
she's gonna
Eddie
go
Pong-
to next year's the beer fan club event in Taiwan.
Oh. No, she is going to follow Oda Sakura.
No.
I'm calling
no.
No.
Mark. Mark. My word.
So,
No. Okay.
Mark, my
this Smileage video series, do you think, even though it's like we haven't quite agreed with what he's done and kind of how he's approached the situation, in the end we're still all talking about it, that which could be his only
The
objective.
intention the
Right.
entire time.
So
Yeah.
Well, it's only the fans that are talking about it, and the fans who will go will already bought tickets. Fans won't go, will just watch the video. It's like, okay. So,
Good point.
Smileage
that's
is not
a
that
point.
good.
Well, I mean, that's
And
kind of
then-
the problem in the first
yeah.
place, because they're putting it on YouTube. Like,
Yeah, and the rest of the people who doesn't know what Smileage is like, what the hell is this? I don't care.
Yeah, who's Ayacho?
very good point. Very good point.
Yep.
So, but do you think you should do
Die,
this, but
yes.
maybe no, like do this video series, but in a more constructive way? Maybe like point out positives and negatives, or approach it in a way where it doesn't sound like he's just purely bashing on the girls,
Well, I think they
or should he just not bother with this?
well,
stuff?
not just that. More like not make it so it's to sell concert tickets.
Okay.
It looks like it's merely for profit instead of the benefit of the group of the girls or improvement of the girls or whatever. Instead, it's like, you guys suck, so we can't sell tickets. We're not making money. And
so here's some things that you can try to do to
Right.
make us get more tickets.
If you
Yeah.
if you go for a certain character, the group might be more appealing to the general public. You know, I think this video thing is good, but do it on. Don't make it public. Do it privately. Don't make it public.
So that doesn't really help us, though. I mean, that doesn't draw attention if we don't see it.
Find
Yeah,
other
if
ways
his
to
intention
draw it. I
is,
don't
which
think,
we believe it is, to
then
get
in that
people
case,
to buy more tickets.
then I don't think this is the way to do it.
Okay,
Find other ways. I don't think this is good for public.
it's very fair. Do any of you guys think that he's going to expand this
Die.
approach to any of the other groups?
I don't
If
think
they
so.
stop getting tickets,
Well,
Maybe
like
Barry.
say berries.
I don't think
No, I don't
Barry's
think
listening.
I don't think he'll find time in his busy schedule to visit Barry's.
And also,
Well, he would
And
at
also-
least visit Misako, maybe. And
Well,
yeah.
first reply Captain to say, it's like, well, you come to our recording section, you'll see that we actually did what you said.
Ouch.
oh damn!
I would so want that on DVD to watch.
DVD.
Barry's DVD magazine.
To be honest, he's actually been harsh to Smileage all along.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
the very inception, he's pushed them, and I think it's just the way he wants to run this group. He wants to really mould them properly, into the group he wants them to be, rather than like with Cute and stuff, and berries seem to have gone the way that they want to go.
But I think for Smileage, it's more of that he wants the group to be the group that it once was, back with the 6th Gen Smileage, just because they had so much success, and then it kind of just went downhill.
Yep. But it'll never be.
Yeah, it will never be. But he wants to see that back again, so he is being harsh, extra harsh.
I don't think it's extra harsh. I think it's how he normally is.
Well, the thing is, you see, when they're doing all the shows, when they're doing the training, the teachers are very harsh to the girls.
Yeah.
It's not a walk in the park like people, especially over here in the West, seem to think that it should be. You know, just walk in the park, go and do some dancing and some singing, and it'll be great. It's like, no, it's a job. It's very hard work all the time, and they're employed to be the group that the producer wants them to be, and it's just been very visual with Smileage about it.
Right. Plus, it's Japan. You know, if there's one country
Yeah.
that's hardworking, it would be.
Yeah, exactly. And praise is very, very, it's a small thing. You don't seem to get much praise in this game.
Right. Right. Very, very good point of view on that. It's something that the Westerners do tend to forget, especially when they compare it to kind of the luxury that you see on all the Western media of what it's like to be in the entertainment industry. Any final thoughts on this video series? You hope he does it again?
He should die.
Good. We'll end on that note. But let's move on. Related to the whole Smileage thing that's been going on, it was also announced via the fan club egg video corner, as well as the news website and some other sources, and a dog, that that the Hello Pro eggs will be getting, not 5 of the Hello Pro eggs will be participating in the Smileage concert tour, and they will be performing a brand new egg-only song during the Smileage concert tour. And yeah, very, very interesting. The title of the song is Kanojo ni Naritai, and we don't know where in the concert they will be performing, but so far they've classified this performance as a challenge act. I'm not sure what that means.
Dance off.
Could be. That would be cool. Karin versus everyone.
Oh.
And-
Karen wins.
yeah.
Yeah, automatically.
Ultimate victory.
Yeah.
Flawless victory.
But this kind of ties us back to a topic I think we had a week or two ago, where IHO was really pissed off about the eggs.
Yep.
Kind of marching in on their territory, and perhaps this was the reason why she was a lot more angry than just like having eggs be normal backup dancers to their concert tour.
Now we know.
Right. So, let's start off with this question. Do you think this was the real reason? Like, did IHO know of this in advance, and that's what her blog was
Probably.
referring to?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably that's the day she was told.
And what do you guys think of doing something like this? Having eggs actually get their own featured song.
You mean they've never done this before?
Oh no.
You mean Mono and Smileage concerts never happened?
Oh yeah. And the cute Smileage concert where Smileage kind of.
Well, that was
But
different.
that was actually called
Yeah, that was a
CNS collab.
Yeah. A collaboration.
But talking about riding on someone else's wave, right?
I think this is a boot up Smilage's backside.
I also think so.
Personally.
Right.
IHO agrees with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She will agree with you.
The thing is, I'm not sure which 5 are actually in it. There's Karen, obviously, and
Nanami.
Nanami,
Otsuka
Yeah.
Aina, yeah.
Kaneko Eri. Is that one of the 5?
No, she's not.
No,
There's
okay.
one
Good. No, she's
Lolly,
in
I don't-
Morning Musume. That's right.
Hamada.
But several of these are ones who actually went for the original second gen
That's
auditions
true, yes, right.
and didn't get through. So if they can be better than Smileage, then it really is a kind of a rival thing.
Actually, it would hurt if they got louder cheers than Smileage.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they will.
It might give Smileage a hint that they need to pull things together a bit better.
Well,
I don't know
that could
about
be what it means by a challenge statement, but that's also kind of a jab at their own ability to judge people, isn't it? Because it'd be like, here's the group of people who didn't make it into Smileage. Look, they're doing better than you. Maybe we picked the wrong people.
They
Like,
probably accepted that
it's
already.
such badly.
But we all know that. We all know about how they waste talent.
Waste talent.
Yeah. So, anyways, we know that they'll be getting a new single, and actually, this single will be available to purchase at the various Hello Project events and concerts and stuff throughout this fall. What do you guys think this will lead to as far as this 5-member group is concerned?
A new unit?
I think so.
Yeah.
There's one thing it's going to lead to more importantly than anything else. Overweight baggage when I come back from Japan.
No, okay.
That's very possible.
I don't know how many I'm bringing back with me.
Buy them all.
You mean who you would bring?
Well, no. I'm not going to bring members of the group because then they wouldn't have the unit, would they? That'd be ridiculous.
Would you care
But
if
no.
you had the unit if you had a member?
Yes, I would actually.
Wow.
You can have
Oh,
how much, Han?
He'd never get through customs, you know that. Like,
Yeah.
What's that in your
It's the
bag?
sir,
same
why
way-
is there a person in your bag?
Why is there a person in your...
I
Why
declared
is
it
there a
on the
person in
phone.
your coat? Why are you
No,
wearing an
I-
extra long coat?
I think it will bring. I think it'll bring a unit out, maybe like a one-off. Not one-off unit. What do you call it? Thing. An every now and then unit, bit like Hiking was, or.
Okay.
But then again, there's also
you don't
the.
think, you
group
don't think
didn't-
it's a permanent? You don't think it's a permanent unit?
Well, I'd like to, but
Well, do you think they are aiming for a permanent unit but starting to test it with one shot? Because that's what I think they're doing.
yeah, testing it out first. It would be
Yeah, I think
nice
they-
if it led to another unit.
Yeah, I think they're testing out the waters. Like, with the... they're selling CDs already. Well, they will be selling CDs, so I think they're testing out... If they sell good, we'll make them permanent. But we're not going to give them a name yet, because with the 5 girls, in case some of them, they don't perform as well as they should, we can still switch out the lineup.
It's not the
But they're
first
not
time that they actually
selling
had
individual-
an egg group.
Yeah, but you know how, what was it, Sugo Color Eggs, before they turned into Smileage, they did a switch out. I think they will, so I think that this is their kind of safety line, where they test out the water and switch up the lineup if they, in the end, wants to.
But I mean, there was an egg unit before, Tomoiki Kiwo Uetai, who did a single
Who the
called
hell
Mina
is-
no Ki, which had Yuka in it, of course.
Oh, the tree unit.
Yeah,
Oh,
the tree unit, yeah. So,
What?
that's all about wood, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
But you never know, that was a one-off thing, they did one single, and a B-side, so they did 2 songs.
but back then they were not as much in a position where they need a new unit as much as now. At least in my opinion. So,
Yeah, we have no idea if their perspective is that they need new units right now. I mean, we've got all of those Echo units now that are shuffles that aren't doing anything.
those don't count. Ah.
Yeah, the eggs could be a potential new Satoyama unit. Just put
Oh,
that
I
out.
no.
can see that working.
Well, unless they go
Because
to
they-
like chicken farm.
They did have some of the eggs doing the Satoyama thing,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah. Karen's pretty pro at selling smoothies.
and vegetables.
Same, yeah.
I don't really think it has anything to do with the fact that she's good at it.
That she gives
She's
discounts.
not
I like
Hey,
that.
half price.
Oh wow.
That's important.
I like that.
Yeah. I like half price.
I like how they...
Yes.
We
So-
will win. Okay. Yeah.
So based on kind of our predictions so far of what they're going to do with these eggs, what do you guys personally want to see out of this? So, I mean, do you just want to see one successful single so that it shows that Karen does have potential and that they could do something with her? Or do you want to see it, like, immediately turn into something permanent and start off right about with Karen leading this group?
Permanent. I would love it to be permanent. Karen needs her break, and she needs it this year.
Uh-huh.
I don't
Do you
think they
think
need to prove Karin is good, because she already has, a single that's beating out instrumental piano music on Amazon.
Well, by prove, I think I want to say that prove to the UFA executives who have no idea, who are very detached from the idol industry. Not prove to Tsunku or anything. But
Yeah, well,
prove to the
Proof
people
of
who
I
make
still
the
think
decisions.
Cutting beating out, well-known piano music kind of implies something, I would imagine.
It implies epic musical talent.
Well, but now you also got to prove the other girls and kind of to prove that the eggs are something to keep. So maybe this is their way of doing it. And this would actually kind of make sense why Kanesama hasn't been put into anything for forever.
If
So
that's
maybe
really the
it's-
case, yeah.
Yeah, maybe
It's just-
maybe they have been saving her up for this. I don't think this is the best way to spend the best egg, though.
I mean,
But
the,
yeah, I would
the
love
other
to
egg.
see it.
Go on.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, the other eggs are still good as well. I mean, Nanami's a very popular egg, and she's got good vocal ability. But I mean, I don't know what it's like with some of the other girls. Some of them I don't really know. I haven't really heard much by them. So it'd be interesting to see just if they're as good, if they've picked them for their talent, or if they've just gone for random eggs.
Right. Okay.
I think,
Yeah,
if anything, the timing is really good for this, just in the fact that if this is successful during this tour, then they could get something ready to push out as a an actual unit with actual merchandise, not just the CD, but I mean actual, merchandise for next winter, if it works well now. Like, as soon as they get enough results and they can say, okay, pull it through, and then they'll start doing that, and they could have like a special group for the next Hello Pro WinterCon, and then
That kind
That-
of sounds like they'd have to preemptively start producing stuff on the wager that it does well. I mean, if you need to get it in high enough numbers in time for a WinterCon.
That's not unusual for UFA.
That's true, but it's not something that you would normally want to risk yourself on.
Yeah, but it's like almost next to nothing for them to produce some of those crap.
Especially
well, and it
that's
would be
one-
it would be an HP concert, so you're talking like group sets. It's not, you don't
Right.
do.
Okay.
Well, that's one thing I would like to see come out of that is the eggs perform that song at the WinterCon.
It's possible. I
They
can
might,
imagine
yeah.
they would spend the time writing one song just to let it go after that.
Actually, I think riding on what Invis was talking about to put it in time for the WinterCon, I think they might even they might even debut the song now and kind of do the lineup thing with Smileage Egg, and then debut them as a unit during the WinterCon as a new unit. Give them
That's
like an
possible.
actual. They might do the same song,
Hmm.
or maybe a second song, but they might do. Alright, this is our new group in our project, and they are called
Kali Niche.
something.
Called
Kalin
not
40
Smileage.
Kalin 48.
Karin
Called
Kobo.
Kalin
Cut
48.
in and some other people.
Morning Karin. Right. One final question I want to ask you guys to close off this topic. So every time there's an audition with new members or any sort of lineup change within the group, there's always a lot of controversy over, or always a lot of discussion over the members that are joining or leaving and whatnot. So for this particular 5-member setup that we know have been announced, are you guys okay with all the members, or is there any one that you would prefer swapped out for someone else, or you don't want in there, or you want to be added? If you could control the member lineup,
Yes.
what changes would you want to make?
Sayumi in.
And okay,
Ah,
and
I don't know who out though. I mean,
Well, it
I've
doesn't
heard
have to be
Hammer-chan.
anyone
She's all right, but she's not brilliant.
she's not
um,
great of a singer, but she's very small and cute.
Yeah, I mean, there is that. I mean, if she can harmonise with the others, then that's good. But wouldn't have her as a front singer.
Okay.
But as I've said multiple times on this show, that Karin, Nanami, and Sayumi need to be in a group together.
Okay.
So I think maybe them three and everybody else out.
Shows no bias at all in that answer.
We'll call it Sugaku.
Yeah.
Gonna show bias. Of course I'm going to show bias. What do you think?
Right.
They're my 3 favourite eggs. Duh.
It's very good justification for the answer. Anyone else? Any changes that you want to make to this lineup, or any problems you have with the lineup?
I want to see what they're gonna do. I'm waiting for that.
Okay,
That's the answer.
it's a very neutral answer.
Well, I'm thinking if they pick these people, then there might be a dynamic that we don't know about, and I want to see it. And if not, then it's just like,
It's
Oh, well,
gonna
there
be
goes that
hard
thing.
because a couple of them are new eggs, and then the other ones are old eggs.
Alright, I would take out Hama-chan. I don't know who's the fifth girl, that lolly girl. Wait, who the heck is that? I don't know who
Hama-chan
that
is the lolly girl.
No,
There's two. There's
There's
one
one more.
smaller than her.
yeah, that's shorter than her. Who the heck
Taguchi?
is
Yeah.
Takechi?
Yeah, Taguchi.
Just kind of cute, but I would take her out.
What? Ouch.
I would take out Otsuka Aina.
What? No, she's so...
And
wrong
I
with
would
you?
take out Nanami as well.
What's wrong with you?
And I'm
okay,
done.
let's skip. So,
So it's just Karin-sama.
carnage. That's right. Okay.
But actually, no. Actually, the lineup was pretty good. Besides Hama-chan, who she looks weird to me. Everyone else, I'm okay with it.
Hey, she made it final 6 in the 11th gen.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, so
But how much
What's wrong
actually
with
looks
you?
a little bit like a young Yuka. So
No, don't say that. Please don't say that.
no.
why? That's not a bad thing, is it? That's a
It's a bad
brilliant thing. Oh, except for it's not Yuka.
Yeah, that's why it's a bad thing.
It's the best on Yuka.
It's probably just the hairstyle was similar.
Mm.
Yuka comparisons are apparently NG right now.
They're very
Yep.
NG right now. Turbos, any lineup changes you want to make?
No, not really. I just think if when they announce the group's name, it should have the word bracket temporary.
Karin, Kakko Kari.
Oh man.
That
And
would
then
be
turn it
hilarious.
up.
Actually, that would be amazing if they did that. I would buy the T-shirt, like Karin in parentheses or something.
How do you guys think the group will do? Good, bad, go to nowhere?
I think all the Karin fans are gonna support as much as possible because they want something to happen with her. So I
Yeah.
think the initial sales are gonna be slightly inflated.
Right.
What do you guys
Just like
think?
The first few
here.
singles.
Definitely.
Right,
There's no
yeah.
doubt about it. You put Karin in anything, anybody who follows Karin is just going to be like, we have to support her because
I know,
she's
like,
not getting in anything.
It's her final chance. We have to do this.
Yeah.
It's her
They
final
put-
chance, number 5.
Yeah.
Very, very much like when they had Karin and one of the other eggs at the Kikawa U chat event. And like Kikawa U had to basically go, no, this is my event, not Karin's. Because there's people there holding up placards for Karin and stuff.
Ouch.
Yeah, even the soloist knows about that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were going just for Karin, not even for the soloist. I think, but they'll get people going to the concert. The Karin fans going to the Smileage concert just for Karin, I'm sure.
Well, that's kind of... I guess that's what they're... That could be one of their goals anyway, just to increase ticket sales in general, regardless of what the reason
they should have
is.
did that earlier instead of release stupid YouTube videos.
That's
End of discussion.
possible.
Because there's not many egg concerts in a year.
Right.
Although they do seem to be expanding them actually. They've announced one in December and a fan club one in October. So they are actually seem to be trying to rake them up about once a month now, which is
Good.
so maybe they are gearing up to do something properly with them.
Hope so. Very much hope so.
Yeah, me too.
I think that wraps it up for us on this topic. If you guys have any of your own thoughts on Karen eggs or Smileage, feel free to leave a comment. We are going to move on to our very first listener mail corner on this show.
Holy crap!
I know.
This is insane. But
Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum.
that's a good tune. So every time you can do that tune again. But crazy, for the first time ever, there's listener mail, which means someone emailed sanrio@takamario.net after 40 something episodes of advertisement.
It's a sign that Karen's got something big coming up.
Right. First of all, to say King, yes, I did receive your email back then. I did reply to it, but that one doesn't count apparently. So this is officially the first email for Konya wa Takamura yo.
Wow.
Subject. Oh wait, this is from Yajiman. And the subject, why did you not? And the email says, talked about Morning Musume worldwide handshake event on the podcast. Because you can't come, here's your email. Signed by Yajiman, Suki, and Lina Poo Hardcore. So yeah, why did we not talk about the handshake event
Why didn't we?
last time?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know.
Because you can't go permanently.
Oh, so sad.
Well,
I would go.
Application there.
Yeah, I would go, but I'm too busy going to handshake events in Japan.
Nice. Right. But yeah.
Our listeners are welcome to go. It's not like
Yeah.
we're saying we're not. We're not talking about it for any.
Please do,
particular-
yeah.
And of course,
Please
if you do go, do a report about it, put it up on our forums, and everybody can have a look about what you got up to.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
If it's good enough, we might promote it on the site and actually make it a feature.
Yep.
Make you a guest something
Kiss something.
writer, I guess.
Yep.
I couldn't decide between poster and writer, so I just put something.
Yes,
I think, to be honest, we didn't really just talk about it because, I mean, it was going to be an ongoing thing. It wasn't, they still haven't picked all the places they're going to yet. And, I don't know, it's just not that, it's exciting for people who can get to it, but for everybody else, it's just kind of annoying. It's like, yeah, they're coming over here to support everybody who downloads everything instead of buying it. Which it actually does annoy me. It does actually.
But true to that point, though, if you are one of those people who actually listen to us, who are close enough to go, for heaven's sake, go. Or hell's sake, whichever pole you align to.
For Reina's sake, go.
Yes, for Reina's sake, go.
Yeah, good
And
point.
Sayu.
If you are hardcore enough to listen to us every week, you should be hardcore enough to, open your wallet and go for it.
You
And
can always rebuy goods when you get money back, but this opportunity comes but once in an every little bit of a time because Tsunku is really random. So if you got the
those
cash, if you can
for
make
our
cash,
listeners
go
in
for it.
Taiwan, Thailand, and
And Paris.
France.
And France? Yeah.
Right. But
Yes.
something that the foreign fans seem to be really short-sighted on is this is an ongoing project. So just because those 3 locations were the first ones listed, that's not the only locations. So stop complaining like they didn't go to your city or whatever. They may get there eventually.
And to be fair, we haven't talked about it because it hasn't happened yet.
Also that.
And also, to be fair, when you ask because you can't come, I don't know what you mean, but coming is not a problem.
Let's close the
Oh,
show.
bad
with
joke.
that. That's
So
So
really-
bad joke. That's just a horrible, horrible joke.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying I have the money to purchase the plane ticket. I don't know what you're talking about.
But you also have the chance to go to things there, and yet
Right.
here we are.
Alright, now you're getting on somewhere else. Also, one more thing, Suki and Lina Poo Hardcore, good for you.
Yeah, Rita Poo.
Yeah, it's good to see that they have fans. Which is
They have a
something
lot
you
of
don't see
fans. They have
often
Rita Poo has at least 3 fans.
Right.
Ituman
Get down
A,
with it.
Ituman B, and Poo Poo.
Yes.
Maybe I'm
But
forward
anyway,
as I named them.
References.
But anyway, if you ever have anyone listening, if you got questions, feel free to email samuel@takamura.net so we can keep this listener mail corner going on. Hope it doesn't die after one mail. But also,
Join
if,
us in 2016 when we redo this corner.
or if you
Yeah.
if you don't want to email, you can always post your questions in the questions and topics gathering thread, which is in forum.takamura.net. So either way, we will address your thing one way or the other. So Invis,
No, we
why
can't
don't
guarantee
you?
prizes anymore because you guys entered so quick.
Good point.
Sorry.
We had prizes?
We have
If we got really desperate, I figured that I could offer something, but no, too bad.
Too bad,
Oh.
guys. Just lost your chance at prizes.
Yeah.
Free
Good job,
stuff.
Yajiman, you ruined it. Well,
We're
it's probably,
desperate anymore. Thank you, though. Good job.
yeah, that's great. Yeah, thanks for your question. Very appreciated. So Invis, why don't you wrap up the show?
All right, let's get started with This Week in Takamaru-yo. If you guys haven't been onto our site, that's takamaru.net for anybody who's listening to us from the YouTubes or from the iTunes. That's our website for all the information that you could want regarding Hello Project things that you can't find in other places. This week we've got Konya mo Takamaru-yo episodes coming up, so the VOD for last week's is up. We've got this week's one coming up. And as always, we've got the Takamaru Mondays where we summarize the last week's events into a nice little post for you to catch up on, including any events that were interesting, any blog posts that were particularly interesting, and things that are on sale now for you to buy. We know how much you guys love buying things, so we've got them right up for you. Click the buttons. Radio Fridays made a return this week, so yay for that. If you guys haven't been keeping up with the radio shows, yay! After a small vacation, you guys can now see your favorite radio shows summarized into nice little readable tidbits. As always, anytime you need feedback, anytime you want to give feedback, you can do so at the bottom of every article as a comment, or drop onto our forum at forum.takamaru.net. We're always looking for interesting things that you guys have to say about what we do. If you guys are watching from iTunes, please rate us. If you guys are watching on YouTube, like, rate, and subscribe. We always like seeing new things. Hopefully we can get to a point where we have enough ratings everywhere that they actually tell us about it. iTunes.
I don't think we have any ratings yet. So
yeah, iTunes
Go do
seems
it.
to think that we're not good enough. Looking at you guys, fans. If you're our fans and you're actually using iTunes, we could use ratings. It makes us look better.
Yeah, go.
Want to give us feedback? We've got a forum just for you for that. That's forum.takamaru.net. Right now, we're always looking for new members. You can drop in, leave a welcome on our thread for new members. We'll, talk back to you guys some. We've answered some questions on there that weren't big enough to answer on this show, but we're pretty interesting. I mean, everybody wants to know what our studio's like, and I don't know.
We'll do a virtual
nice.
tour one day. It's pretty nice. I think it rivals the Google headquarters.
Except for that stain that we got last time because somebody spilled their
but
drink.
We'll get someone on that.
Sunreal, you want to
Right.
get the floor mop and we can just scrub the carpet,
That's not how carpet works. I don't think floor mop works.
Well, a shark. Something like that. That works.
Now,
Anyway.
we just pay for someone to get new carpet. I mean, we are followers. Look at our studio.
Anyway, when it comes to information, you can always drop by the website or check us out on Twitter. That's at Konya TKMR, where we recently also put up some videos of some paper pencil RPGing that we've been doing.
Yay!
Yay! So look forward to that new series. Of course, whenever there's enough information from the interwebs, we gather them all up, and you can get the good, the bad, the trolls from our 2chan review series Hatena when that comes up. So go ahead and check those up as well. You can find those on our YouTube channel, which is user Konya TKMR as well. Lots of places for you guys to get information. We do want to hear back from you, which is why we were so happy that Sunreal finally got an email. Yay! There was confetti. I'm sorry you couldn't see it. I don't know when we got that, but okay.
That's in our budget for next year, actually.
You're wasting our budget for next year already on bells?
I mean, well, we got a good mortgage plan on the bell,
Mortgage?
so
On the studio? Put a mortgage on the studio? What?
Stop pay for it?
We're
Oh,
kind of retarded
man.
when it comes to economics, but it's okay.
It's a
That's
second
what happens when
mortgage.
you leave Sunreal in charge of the budget.
I'm
wait,
sorry.
who the hell ever left me in charge? We are otas. We know how to spend our
Well,
money.
apparently you're the ace, so you know.
That's why I
I
have to
don't think
remortgage
so.
the place because we spent a lot of money on
Yeah.
CDs.
Turbos
But this is
always
for our
the
next staff meeting, guys, so don't worry about that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. This was episode 42. It was also September 22nd-ish, if you guys are listening to this really later and wondering why we're talking about what we're talking about. But for S. Ferris, Turbos86, Ouroboros, and Sanrio, this was Invis and Bye Bone.
You had to leave me in the end. What the heck?
Thanks for watching.
I do it in the same order that we go in.
Go kick your balls.